G'day guys, welcome to Drop Bear Moto. This is Richard, and no, you didn't click on the wrong video. Yes, I did buy a Scout 101, and yes, that is an FTR. This is the week that they've launched, so I don't have it yet. This video is going to be about the purchase process, why I bought it, and it's actually the first time, probably the first time I've ever bought anything, certainly a bike or a car, without actually seeing it and without driving it or riding it. So we've taken a big plunge here, and thought it'd be kind of fun to document, did we make a complete balls up, or is it a good decision? so this could be kind of an amusing journey. It might be a cool journey. Hopefully it's a cool journey. We'll see, but I thought we'll document it. So I don't have a bike. I thought rather than sit at home and tell you a little bit about what we're doing, I'd stop in the middle of this ride of my FTR, get some good scenery. I just actually got this vlogging sort of set up, so I'm kind of testing that as well. So I thought we'll go for a spin, and yeah, we'll go to show you a bit of the area and talk about the Scout 101 that we've brought. So let's get the bike fired up. We're in Indian Harbour Beach at the moment. So it's cool to show some of the beautiful area that we live in. So down at the marina, it's on the riverside of Indian Harbour Beach. Here we go. And we're going to go over Mathers Bridge onto Merritt Island, and we're going to go up Tropical Trail to which is a nice ride. It's a straight ride, it's low speed, so give me a good chance to talk and not be too worried about riding and talking at the same time. And of course, looks like the bridge, oh, it's opening up, so this will be good. We might get stuck behind some cars, but anyway, that's good. Great timing. So Mathers Bridge is a swivel bridge or swing bridge that connects Indian Harbour Beach here to the bottom of Merritt Island, the southern tip. It is a cool area. So right down the bottom there on the left, I don't know if you'll be able to see this on the GoPro, but all the way down there used to have a dragon sat out in the water between the Banana River and the Indian River on that side, and there used to be a dragon sitting down the point down there, and it was Dragon Point, and there's a great IPA called Dragon Point IPA from Intercoastal, if you're ever in this area, that I'd thoroughly recommend. So anyway, here we are on the bottom of Merritt Island. This is South Tropical Trail. So let's get back to the video. Yeah, so this week Indian launched a Scout. An interesting kind of a launch. It's a 2025 Scout range, which is kind of funny because it's 2024, it's April, early April, first week of April. So they've launched a Scout 2025 model. This model's been around for about 10 years, so it was a big launch, big fanfare. It's pretty exciting to watch, and we ended up by ringing our dealer and placing an order at the end of that. so did we get a bit overexcited and jump in too early? Do we even want a Scout or need one? And is it even a good bike? Who knows? We might have just made the biggest impulse buy of our lives. We'll see. So I'll tell you why we did it. I'm pretty excited about the Scout. We've ridden Rogues lots of time. It's a very low slung bike, but when they brought out the Rogue with the 19-inch front wheel and the bigger bars, I found it was something I could actually sit on quite comfortably, even being 6'3". We vary in the riders in our family from 5'3", and if you watch my videos, you guess who that is, all the way to 6'3". And we all three of us have jumped on the Scout Rogue and enjoyed running around on it. So we've kind of been looking at them and seeing it's obviously not going to do the long distances we do, but it's a good fun bike, and we always thought it was super cool. When they brought out the 101, I was really blown away, to be honest. It's a great package. It's got the inverted front forks that are fully adjustable. It's got the dual Brembos on the front. It's got the rear piggyback shocks that are adjustable as well. And knowing from this FTR you know, when you really dial in adjustable suspension, it's super cool to be able to get it to your weight and how you like to ride. Well, got a bit wet here. So, you know, there's some great things in that package that I was excited. I knew the history of the 101. I got excited about it first of all when I saw there's a family that does the Wall of Death in the UK, and Indian's got a YouTube video about that where they still run around on the 101 to this day. And it was a super epic bike at the time, really light, really fast. It made the Scout name. So knowing that Indian had that brand name, they were going to do something with it, I was intrigued. When I saw the package, you know, really impressed. So that's what led to us to make the buy. I think the paint scheme looks cool too. You know, I love that it's got a bit of black at the front, and then the red, it's like the Burt Munro, you know, the Indian, the world's fastest Indian record. You know, that was kind of a nice little Easter egg or throwback, I thought. I assume that's what they were going for. Great package out of the box, you know, some good performance orientated pieces on there that are pretty cool. And, you know, I haven't even spoken yet about the 111, don't forget that extra 1 horsepower that it's got. So it's funny, not a day goes past really where I don't sit at home and say, hey, can we buy this bike? Hey, can we buy this bike? And mostly that's met with a, I don't think so. Whenever I get a, yeah, maybe back, or a yes, we know we're in trouble. So that's certainly what kind of happened. And we rang up, we placed the order. Dealer obviously said they'd take the order. Be surprised if they didn't. And they did say that they're going to have later on in April, in a couple of weeks from now, they're going to have some Scouts down at the dealership. They're going to do a bit of a soft launch down there. They said they'd ring us up that week and we can go down and test ride one, so that'll be cool to go down. And I'm going to piggyback that video on the back of this one so you can actually see us riding that Scout for the first time. Then ours will come in May. We got an email from Indian to say that our order's been confirmed. We haven't got a scheduled date yet, or obviously seen it start to be built, but we can certainly track that now online. So that'll be kind of cool to see how all that pans out over the next few weeks. And then, yeah, look, May could come around pretty quick. We were actually told originally, sorry, we weren't told, we read online, we had some things that they wouldn't come out till later in the year, and we're thinking like August, so we might have to go sell a kidney or something like that in the meantime, which probably is not a good idea for me because I only have one. But yeah, we'll go sell something and get that bike if it does come out in May earlier. That'll be cool. So looking forward to getting our hands on it. It might be one of the first Scouts around. We'll see. We haven't even seen like an independent reviewer kind of take one out yet, so we'll see. Great package. We're super excited. We're a little nervous. We bought a bike without even seeing it. We might be stuck with there might be a really cheap 101 Scout up for sale soon. We'll see. But no, we'll document the journey for you and tell you what happens as we go. So stay tuned. If you're not a subscriber, maybe jump on and subscribe to Drop Bear and see the future videos as they roll out. But yeah, as I say, I'm gonna kind of save this video and we'll tack it in so it's a little bit more interesting with our first ride. So I will say farewell for now, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. And welcome back to Drop Bear Moto. So that was a brief interlude for you, but it's been a couple of weeks now since I filmed that last clip. Let me give you a quick update as we cruise down the beautiful US 1 here in Melbourne, Florida. Mrs. Drop Bear Moto and I are heading down to the dealership. I think I mentioned in the last clip that we were expecting bikes to come in this week and go for a ride earlier in the week and even get a sneak preview. That didn't happen. I believe what's happening is that they've got a new Scout there. It is not a 101. So the breaking news is we still haven't seen this bike in the flesh 3 weeks after buying it. We haven't ridden it. Yeah, we're in eager anticipation of whether we've made a complete balls up or not. So we'll see, but what is happening is that they do have a bike in the dealership. one of the Scouts. I believe it's actually sort of like a, I don't know, it's one of the factory bikes. It's sort of making its rounds. I think the techs are getting trained on it. I think I might be wrong with that though. So we don't know what it is, but they're doing a bit of a soft launch today. It's also Swap Your Swag Day at Indian dealers. On this day, you can take any sort of motorcycle shirt down and trade it for an Indian shirt. So we're going to catch up with some of the IMRG members, you know, a bit of a soft launch, a preview, first Scout we'll see. And yeah, you know, I guess one step towards receiving this hopefully awesome new bike that we've never seen in real life or had the pleasure of riding yet. So still very excited, but a little bit of trepidation around all this. It has been it's been an interesting you know, couple of weeks. The Indian's done some press kind of launches of the bike now. So initially we started to see some videos online. Yeah, Brendan Picasso did quite a few good ones, just really looking at the bike, and actually did a great video going over it in detail of all the changes. You know, I love his videos. He really gets into you know, rebuilding bikes, doing a lot of work with bikes, and you know, he intimately knows that Scout platform. He's taken it apart, put it back together. So you know, it's really insightful sort of video on the bike itself. I saw last night actually, I think Blockhead put up a clip. Haven't had a chance to watch that yet, but Finesse the Challenger certainly managed to get out for a ride in Austin, and he loved the bike and said that it's absolutely as good as it looks in real life as it does in person, and you know, gave a really flattering review. So reviews are coming in, they're looking good, so we feel good about that. It'd still be great to get our own hands on it though. But that's been happening over the last few weeks. A lot of interest in the new Scout platform, particularly the 101. So the energy's still there. In terms of our order, the order is still showing as kind of confirmed but not scheduled yet. So the bike, our physical bike has not actually been started to be built yet. It's sitting in that status at the moment. So yeah, we'll see when that gets scheduled and starts to go down the production line. The other thing that happened is the demo trucks that travel around the country, and there's trucks traveling around the world, have actually got the full Scout lineup now on the trucks, and so there's been a lot of videos too put up, you know, with people taking them out for a run there, and again, a lot of people are pretty excited about it. So we've seen a few of those videos as well. The sad part about that was that we had the demo trucks here a week, 2 weeks before the launch. They only had one Scout Rogue 60 on the demo truck, and obviously that was because they were kind of running down that model and waiting for the new one. So I think we were almost pretty much the last stop the demo truck did with no new Scouts on it, and from there on in they had them. So luck of the draw, I guess. The other ironic thing is I've actually got to fly out to the UK for work today, later on this afternoon actually, and London Indian has a demo day today with the new Scouts in the flesh in London, so I missed that by a day as well, which was kind of funny. I'm not sure I would have had time to get over there and ride one, but this is kind of weird, right? An impulse purchase, and you know, a little bit of oops, should we have done that? And certainly without riding it and seeing it in the flesh, we're still confident that it was the right move. But it's like we're ships in the night at the moment on this, on being able to get our hands on one of these bikes and take it for a spin. So yeah, it would be super good to just be able to do that. So we'll see. We'll see what today brings. We'll capture that and keep the story going. But yeah, we bought a new Scout 101 sight unseen. Here we go. Okay, we're at the dealership, just bumped into one of the IMRG members, John. I was just asking about the new Scout, and what do you reckon? I came to check it out. 111 horsepower sounds cool, but it's a small bike, so we'll see. Yep, hopefully we'll see. It's cooler than the old Scout. That's all I really got for it, really. Yeah, no, so it'll be interesting. We'll mosey on inside and look at it. I will say what's concerning is Mrs. Drop Bear Moto's just gone over to have a look at an FTR. They came out with the blue livery, and she's been a big fan of that. So hopefully we don't switch our order over today. We'll see what happens. Alrighty. Hey, doing good yourself?
Doing good.
Is this the new beast?
Yes, sir. I believe it's just the limited bobber. So,
Limited bobber, okay.
yeah, so it doesn't have the tech on it, but the ride command that they get is going to be the same as the Chiefs have. So you could obviously look at that if you're familiar with that to compare what it'll get. And then I know you're looking at the 101, so.
What's the initial verdict?
I like it, I just don't like the exhaust.
The exhaust,
looking.
yeah. Yeah, the exhaust has been the concern, but we can put an SNS on that, no problems, or a Sawiki, will be good.
Now it is.
It is small. It's I mean, it's like I think the 101's got the taller bars, so it's not crazy silly. Like it's a small bike, as we know, but there's more room. There's more leg room on this standard than on the Sport Chief or the Lowrider S, because it's got the forward control. So you know, if the bars could come up a little bit for me, that'd be good. But it is low. Get out and tear it up now. Take it for a spin. It's cool. So we're on the Scout Bobber Limited. I'll talk you through as we go. This is going to be my first ride of the new Scout. Looks like we got no fuel. We'll see how that goes. Alrighty. Okay, so as I say, this one's not the 101 that we've ordered. This is slam suspension. This is the Scout Bobber. So effectively, this is kind of the, if you go into an Indian dealership, this is the base model you're going to see in the dealerships. It's the Bobber and limited. So limited means that I think it's got the it's got the handlebar, different like cruise control. It's got the fuel gauge. I think there's one that's stripped back below this, but it does not have the ride command. You can up-spec it to have the ride command with the tech package, and also you can up-spec it to have the push-button start. This one's got the key in the side of the motor. Let's just jump over here. So yeah, so we're not reviewing or looking at the bike that I've actually bought. We're jumping on a Bobber. Big differences to this one and the 101 are going to be the shocks. This has got the slam shocks. I think there's an extra couple of inches. Everyone's in a race on a Saturday morning. Man, I gotta get to the front of the queue. So this one does have slam suspension. The 101's got slightly higher suspension, so a little bit above this one. Legroom's really good for me though, as I say. Handlebars on the 101, they've got actually like the same as the Sport Chief, the risers and the bar, so they will be kind of up here somewhere. So I'll be slightly more raised, which is definitely better for me, and we'll have to work out between the both of us which setting is best compromise, or if we're quickly just making adjustments before we swap it over. Obviously the 101 does have more horsepower, and I just heard a little birdie whispered in my ear that apparently there's a lot left in those motors from where they come in the factory. So as soon as Lloyd's comes out with a tune for these bad boys, that will be going on. Apparently there's a ton of power left in these motors. So there's a hot tip. There is something you might not have heard yet, but you didn't hear that from me. Look, as I say, these bikes across the board are just a ton of fun. I mean, you know, quickly just, you know, I'm not going to do a massive 20-minute review here because you know, others do that miles better than me, but I'll just say a couple of highlights. I think the Scout range generally, you get a lot of power, right? You're not going to get bored on these bikes in the short term if you're buying it as a starter bike. But the power shouldn't worry you, right? You can run them, you know, with make sure you can get the package where it's got the different modes. This is in sport mode now, but you can get different packages that you can run these in rain mode. And when you're running it in rain mode, you know, that really takes the revs down. So for a new rider, it's great to just get out and start, and you'll quickly want to get out of rain mode if you are a brand new rider, but you can leave it in there as long as you want. As my son came through the ranks, I did that on another bike. I left it in rain mode every time he rode it, just to make sure that he didn't, you know, accidentally kind of do something silly, as he's trying to learn everything that's going on when you first jump on a bike. So it's great to have that. But I mean, you're not going to get bored. Look, you can put bags on them so you can cover a bit of miles. If you're going to be running them for a couple of hours at a time, you are going to get sore, right? They you know, you're going to want to stretch. They're not long distance tourers, right? But that's not why you're buying it. That's when you get into a touring range. But you know, they're a good compromise. They're a cruiser that look cool. These handle well. They've got a lot of punch. You're going to have, you know, a ton of fun on these bikes at all rider levels. And you know, if you are new to the riding world, there's certainly something you can get out and work out what you like and what you don't. If you're not, you know, if you're experienced, you know it already, and you'll go ride one of these and see if it's something that fits in with what you want to do, you know, for sure. So as always, get out and ride them like I'm doing now. Best thing you can do. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. Yeah, whenever you ride a bike for the first time, I think twice I've ridden bikes where I've gone, nah, I hate that. But normally you get on a bike and you're like, man, this is so much fun. And this is the case now. A 10-minute, 20-minute ride doesn't seal a deal, right? When that thing's sitting in your garage and you know you got to go get out on it all the time, that's when you know. So it's always hard. Like first run, you got to live with a bike for a bit to really enjoy it, for sure. But yeah, it's so far so good. I'd love to find some twisties to hammer this thing around a bit. In Florida, that's always a search mission to go find some twisties. So we'll I don't think we'll get to too many today. Woo! Yeah, this thing's fun. As I say, we're in sport mode. I'm on a demo. I'm fully responsible for this thing if I go and stick it into the water over there, so I ain't gonna do anything too stupid. But this bike's a lot of fun. It's got a lot of power. It's really smooth through the range. Like, it just is there. It's got great torque. It's there from the get-go, and yeah, actually the power delivery is phenomenal compared to the current Scout. Like, it's a difference, right? The bum dyno, it's a very different ride. You can feel that thing. Yeah, I'm really impressed with this motor, and if those rumors are true that there's a bit on the table to go and play with, that's a lot of fun. So looking forward to that for sure. Yeah, that's got a lot of power delivery. I ground the foot ped back there, pulling the U-turns. It's still got the clearance, which of course it's going to have, right? You're not buying this if you want to really fang through canyons and carve, because you're going to be dragging pegs everywhere. But that's, you know, you're in this C shape, you're spread out. It's a cruiser. There's a cruiser that you can have a bit of fun with. It's certainly not slow, as I say. Anything over 100 horsepower is a fun bike. So absolutely, yeah, I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed actually. I'm super excited now to get hold of the 101 with those extra things I mentioned. This could be a lot of fun. Get out, cruise around the Space Coast here, and enjoy scenery like this with something under you that's it's going to be a lot of fun. So my pick now is, this will be super interesting to see who goes for this bike more, Lavina or I. Let's test the brakes again. Doesn't have the dual Brembos up front that the 101 has, but it stops. There you go. Got a nice little Chief in front of us there. It's always cool to see more Indians out. Oh, peg again. So having just sat on this thing for a little bit longer, I'll say that the I think the seat's different too on the 101, but it does dig into your tailbone a little. I'm not, I'm noticing it there. I think, and again, you'd have to go ride it for a couple of hours, but I think over a couple of hours you're going to notice that. Probably to do with the slam shocks on this one too. Like, you do feel the bumps a little more. But again, that's exactly what you're going to get with these bikes. You can see that when you walk up to them. So certainly not a complaint, but it does hold you in. I'll tell you, for a factory seat, it is squishy for most of the seat, and it certainly holds you in place well. So it's not a bad factory seat. Every single bike I bought, I've ripped the seat off, I think, but for short distances, this might be too bad. So yeah, look, all in all, super happy. Disappointing, obviously. It wasn't a 101 to really try, but yeah, that's a fun bike. That's exactly what we're expecting, and I'm really looking forward to picking it up. Oh, pegs. So it's a lot of fun. I'm super excited. Alrighty, I'm going to hand this over to Mrs. Drop Bear Moto so she can take it for a little spin. What do we reckon?
That is very quick. That is not a beginner's bike. That is nice.
That's nice. And we just heard then, so this one's got 105 horsepower, I think they said, and the 101's 111, and you can open up, as I mentioned, on the ride. So we're keeping the order?
Yeah.
You're not going to get that FTR?
No.
There you go. Yeah, we're pretty happy. Shame it wasn't the 101. I know I said that 100 times, but yeah, I'm excited. I've seen enough to know that we made a good decision here. We're pretty happy. So we'll finish this video here. We're very happy. We think we made the right decision. We'll do another video on pickup day, and maybe another video once we've owned it for a little while. But new Scout Series, impressive. So get out there and ride it and have some fun.